Good afternoon and welcome once again to the weekly update with Kyle Johansson and the mayor. And it's weather time.
So we got sun clouds mix today, high of 54, winds west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies early, followed by cloudy skies overnight, low of 28. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, morning clouds, followed by afternoon sunny skies, high of 49, low of 25. Friday, sunny skies, record high temperatures expected, high of 61, low of 36. Wow. Saturday, mostly sunny skies, record high temperatures again, high of 65, low of 32. Sunday, probably cloudy skies, high of 42, low of 25. Next Monday, watching a potential of a winter storm, morning snow showers, high of 39, low of 25. Snow accumulating 1 to 3 inches. Of course, next Tuesday, rain and freezing rain. High 45, low 36. So don't forget, Women's is home tonight at 7 against Bowling Green. Free Chick-fil-A for the first 200 fans. Of course, baseball is home on Friday, which is supposed to be perfect temperatures, 60 degrees. Again, staying. First pitch is set for 3. Of course, baseball's home again, staying again on Saturday at 1. Of course, Madison's home against Toledo for Senior Day at 4. Of course, baseball's home again as well as home next week as well. Miami will be here next Friday for the last home men's game, March 6th. It'll be at 9 o'clock p.m. Tip-off time, of course, women's is home for the final time. Saturday, March 7th, for also Battle Bricks for 6. So those are the last 2 home games. Of course, men's is off. It goes to Cleveland in 2 weeks. We'll see if the women's wins tonight and they get their spot in the MAC tournament in Cleveland. Of course, once when that's done, of course, we got more baseball. And, of course, softball starts their home stretch on Wednesday, March 18th. That is at some point in the afternoon, so that's right after spring break. Of course, there'll be all kinds of activities. There'll be giveaways. There'll be Rufus sightings will be there as well. Speaking of that, I now have over 8,200 pictures with Rufus now.
And how many times have you had lunch with Rufus?
Once.
Which was just recently.
5 days ago.
Yeah, so what's that conversation like when you have lunch with Rufus?
Like, talk about what's going on in life, like, what's your plans for the rest of the spring semester. Of course, he's ready for baseball and softball.
But Rufus doesn't talk,
no,
does he?
He's sign languages.
So wonderful, Kyle, your engagement with Rufus. Sticking with kind of a sports theme, this is pretty special, and that being that Athens is home to a Olympic gold medalist in the Winter Olympics, and there she is, Gwyneth Phillips, born and raised right here, grew up on Bird Arena skating, and went on to bigger and better things, went to high school at Shadyside Academy in the Pittsburgh area, skating and playing lacrosse, and then went to Northeastern University in New England and also played hockey there. Currently plays hockey as the goalie for the Ottawa Charge, which is in the PWHA or HL, and again was in Milan, Italy, at the Winter Olympic Games. And just to give you a little bit more on that, she was named to the Team's USA roster to compete, obviously, in the Winter Olympics. She made her Olympic debut in a preliminary round in Switzerland on February 9th of 2026, making 20 saves for the 5-0 win and combining with Ava McNaughton for a shutout. She recorded another shutout in the quarterfinals against Italy, making 6 saves for a 6-0 win as the U.S. eliminated the host nation, Italy. Their women's team as well. So how cool is that? We have a banner hanging across Court Street. I know that Bird Arena is recognizing her. We're recognizing her all over the place. So a big congratulations to Gwyneth Phillips, one of our local hometown heroes. Things going on around the city. We've got the Jacobs Drive water line improvements. Gwyneth has nothing to do with that, but she's still up there on the screen. Oh, she's gone. This is for the improvements in the FINA neighborhood, and in particular, what will be the water line going to Athens County Children's Services facility, their new facility being built. So just know that there's a lot of work that's going to be going on in that vicinity. We know that there will be some temporary impacts as people migrate through that area, and in particular along Jacobs. So keep that in mind. Again, this is a good improvement that's going to benefit the city, especially when this facility becomes annexed into the city. I talked about this before. We're getting ahead of things at this point because next Monday, I believe, is the next Monday morning mingle. This is something that Catherine Ann Jordan, the director of Arts, Parks, and Recreation, puts on, encouraging people to come hang out for an hour and a half or a part of that time to just kind of take part in coffee and treats and things. I can't remember. There is a sponsor. There it is right there. Tim Hortons is sponsoring this Monday morning mingle at the community center. So go check it out. It's from 9:30 to 11. I've attended several times. I will not be there this coming Monday, but this is free and certainly engaging for everybody. Another community center event that's coming up is the Athens Community Center Fam Jam of 2026. This is going to be this Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. There you can see all of the things that are going to be going on during the Fam Jam. So come and check it out. It's $3 per person. And you can purchase tickets prior to the event, or you can purchase them at the door, at the desk at the community center. Another thing community center related, it's summer camp time. So registration is going to start on Sunday, March 1st. This is from 2 to 4 p.m. until spots are filled. This is going to be in the community center multipurpose room A. It's $25 registration for those who want to register for this. And our amazing Katie Thompson is heading up that program. Some upcoming meetings here in the city of Athens. We have Athens City Council that is going to meet as they do every Monday, as long as it's 4 Mondays, not the 5th Monday of the month when that occurs. So City Council regular session here in Council Chambers, 7 p.m. And then the Planning Commission is also meeting here in Council Chambers, and that will take place, as is typical, at noon. And it'll be next Wednesday, March 4th, with cases that they take up. I've got some special guests. I've got a dear friend, 2 dear friends, really. I've got Dara, who's here with me. You and I haven't seen each other in a long, long time,
Yes.
but you look fantastic.
Thank you,
And
so do you.
I know that you are super engaging. And we have Autumn. So Autumn, thank you for being here with us. And the reason they're here is it is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. And I'm going to read through select whereases, but know that this is an important proclamation for the city of Athens to recognize and elevate awareness of all the great work that the Athens County Board of Developmental Disabilities is involved in, as well as what are amazing individuals in the community who are living experiences and really providing so much richness to our community for those who live with developmental disabilities, because we would be a very, very boring place without all of our community members who are partaking in things going on. So let me get into some of the whereases. Whereas the Athens County Board of Developmental Disabilities works in partnership with individuals, families, service providers, and community organizations to support people with developmental disabilities in learning and leading meaningful lives, inclusive lives, and within our community. And whereas this year's Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month theme Inclusion in the main event highlights the importance of creating communities where individuals with developmental disabilities are fully included, welcomed, and celebrated in all aspects of community life. And whereas promoting awareness, acceptance, and inclusion helps ensure that individuals with developmental disabilities have the opportunity to live, work, learn, and thrive in communities and the communities that they choose in which to live. Now, therefore, I, Steve Patterson, the mayor of the great city of Athens, Ohio, do hereby proclaim March of 2026 as Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month in the city of Athens, and I encourage all residents to recognize this month by embracing inclusion in the main event and celebrating the contributions and potential of individuals with developmental disabilities. So, Dara, I'm going to give this to you.
Okay.
And to Autumn, and thank you again for all the work that the board does. Thank you for all the work that you do and for your forever engagement. You're truly a remarkable person, Dara, and I mean that. As we close out today's weekly update, we have episode 7 of Anger Cowens. So get a little more detail on this. This is an ongoing series with the Athens History Minutes, showcasing stories and efforts of historical African American figures in our area as part of the Black History Month. And this installment, like I said, is with an amazing individual, Anger Cowens, and how his art and his career has served as an inspiration for generations that have come after. So enjoy this episode, the 7th episode that the government channel, the amazing government channel, has put together for all of you. So thanks for joining Kyle and I, and enjoy the episode. Take care.
Born in Columbus, Ohio in 1936, Adger Cowens began his creative journey at the age of 9, studying music and eventually earning a full college scholarship for his trumpet skills. But photography would soon capture his heart, leading him to pursue that degree instead at Ohio University and graduating in 1958 as one of the first African American students to do so. While in Athens, Cowens studied and drew inspiration from masters like Ansel Adams, Edward Weston, and Paul Strand. He later continued his education at the School of Motion Picture Arts and the School of Visual Arts in New York City. After serving in the United States Navy, Cowens worked as a photographer, joining Life magazine, where he worked closely with the legendary Gordon Parks. Parks, a towering figure in American photography and filmmaking, was known for his powerful documentation of civil rights and the Black American experience, and would go on to direct popular Black cinema, including 1974's Shaft. Parks encouraged Cowens to use his camera as a tool against racism and violence, shaping both his artistic vision and social purpose. Cowens would go on to become the first African-American film still photographer in Hollywood, working on more than 30 major film sets. Having had his work exhibited at some of the world's most prestigious museums, Cowens continues to document Black life with honesty, dignity, and heartfelt humanity. "I don't take pictures with my eyes, I take pictures with my heart," Adger Cowens